Did you know that on a remote archipelago in the vast South Atlantic, there are more than 300 penguins for every single person? These are the Falkland Islands. Here, over 1 million penguins make their home. It is a staggering thought. A world where the human footprint is light, and the call of the wild echoes across windswept plains. A place so distant from the bustling continents that it has become a sanctuary for one of nature's most charming and resilient creatures. Marching along pristine beaches, diving into the frigid, nutrient-rich waters. In this video, you'll uncover the rich history, unique wildlife, and cultural significance of the Falkland Islands, a hidden gem in the South Atlantic. The serene beauty of the Falkland Islands belies a turbulent history. For nearly 2 centuries, this territory has been contested. United Kingdom, Argentina. The dispute springs from complex historical events, differing interpretations of colonial-era treaties. A powerful sense of national identity on both sides. For generations, it was a distant diplomatic affair. But in 1982, that simmering tension erupted. A sudden and shocking war. For the small Falkland community, it was terrifying. The war lasted 74 days. A British task force retook the islands. Though brief, the fighting was intense. It left a profound and lasting scar. Hundreds of young men from both nations lost their lives. Geographically, the Falkland Islands sit in the South Atlantic. They consist of 2 large main islands, East Falkland, West Falkland, surrounded by a constellation of over 770 smaller islands and islets. There are no native trees here. Instead, rolling hills of tough, hardy grasses ripple like a green ocean in the constant breeze. Rocky outcrops, known locally as stone runs, vast, slow-moving rivers of quartzite boulders. It is a stark and open land, where the sky feels enormous. One story that beautifully illustrates the heart of the Falkland Islands community is that of Maria, who grew up on a small, isolated farm on West Falkland. Her father was a fisherman, heading out in his small boat at dawn to seek his catch. Her mother tended a flock of sheep and a bountiful vegetable garden that helped sustain them through the long winters. Maria recalls a life quiet and hardworking, filled with a deep sense of connection to family and the raw nature around their home. When Maria was just a girl, a storm of legendary ferocity descended. The wind howled for 2 days without pause. A relentless force seemed to shake the foundations. The sea turned into a terrifying monster. Colossal waves crashed over the stone jetty and surged inland. They listened to the roar and the percussive crash of the waves. When the storm subsided, their father's boat, their main source of income, had been torn from its moorings and smashed. Despair settled over the family. A new boat was an impossible expense in such a remote place. But within hours, a neighbor arrived with hot tea and tools. Soon after, another family appeared with salvaged timber and rope. The whole settlement converged. Without a word of command, the community went to work. Some recovered the boat, others fixed the roof. The women brought hot food and shared supplies. Together, they mended torn nets. Maria learned the most important lesson. In the Falklands, you are never truly alone. The storm had taken their boat, but the community gave them back hope. The Falkland Islands are a place of profound contrasts. They are a land of immense natural wealth, and a small, resilient human community, a silent keeper of a painful human history. Protecting this place means protecting its wildlife and its unique way of life. Islanders pioneer sustainable fishing, establish protected areas, and embrace responsible tourism that educates while minimizing impact. A commitment to science helps us understand not just the Falklands, but the health of our planet. The future depends on a shared sense of respect, appreciating fragility, taking small actions, and treading lightly. The Falkland Islands are far more than a remote spot on the map. A beacon of hope where human economies can coexist with a thriving natural world. As we look to the future of our planet, the Falklands have an urgent message for us all: to watch, to learn, to care, and to protect the wild and precious places that remain. By fostering global appreciation, we help ensure penguins continue to march these beaches, and that island people thrive for centuries to come. If you enjoyed this exploration of the Falkland Islands, be sure to check out our other videos on remote destinations and share your thoughts in the comments below. The story of the Falklands reminds us that humanity and nature are intertwined. Thank you for watching.